well, it goes to the final race. Motorsport can't win the championship as confirmed. So the 5 title winners. Montcalm is on 61. He starts 8th. Miroslav Katil on 60 starts down in 18th. But never say never. We have seen a lot of crashes. Bo Vincent, the only AI driver in the title fight, as in no one in a Discord server has them, on 55. Down, however, in 21st and hasn't scored points in any of the last 3 races. Roberto Solario, who is on 42, so would need quite a bit of luck to get it. They start down in, well, they're on the front row in 2nd, and Sebastian Musselberger, who has finished on the podium in the last 2 races, including winning last time out in Dubai, starts 12th. He is currently on 40 points, so he would have to win the race and hope everyone above him fails to score. But never say never with this championship. Realistically, it's going to be a 3-way fight between Montcalm starting 8th, Katil starting 18th, and Arvidsson starting 21st. However, with Solario on the front row, there could be drama. And of course, Alex Rodriguez is up there, and we get underway for the season finale of Watkins Glen, and it is the Spaniard, Alex Rodriguez, who heads into turn 1 in the lead, and here goes Gomaiwas. Felix Gomaiwas has the lead. Bad start for Solario. He is down to 4th, but it's Gomaiwas leading Rodriguez. Then comes Magliaro, and then comes Solario in 4th. Now you can see Rodriguez getting aggressive. Magliaro trying to get through, and you can see Solario is going to go for this. Watson's 5th, then Powell, Al-Azmi. Montcalm is dropped down to 10th as the race then we're off this first lap. And here for the race lead. Magliaro is going to try and get it. Oh, the inside, not going to happen there. Magliaro, Rodriguez, Solario, Watson, Powell, Sharon, Montcalm back up to 8th now. But it's Gomaiwas, Magliaro, Rodriguez, Solario, Watson, Powell, Sharon, Montcalm. Then the gap back to Al-Azmi. Staufhaus is 10th, Menadio. Musselberger is up to 12th, so good start for Musselberger. Then Jones, Valadares, and Katil is off a couple of places off the start. Arvidsson is still down in 23rd, however. And so it is Gomaiwas who leads them across the line from Magliaro, Rodriguez, and then Solario, who is racing down in 4th, trying to get a move on here. So Gomaiwas leading Magliaro, then comes Rodriguez and Solario. And here for the race lead comes Magliaro. Right up the inside. Can he get the race lead? No. Can Solario get 3rd? Also no. Watson has hit them. Howell, Montcalm, Sherrill, and Al-Azmi, and then Staufhaus. Musselberger's on the move, trying to get past George Adio, but he's now going to drop behind Jones, as he know. Could have got bad, as McShark has been in the pits. So, not sure what happened to him, but still. Gomaiwas has the lead, but let's see what happens with Solario. Magliaro, which we get Solario. Watson is going to press Solario. So with Montcalm running in 7th right now, he would win the championship. Because Katil is running... Where's Katil? 16th. And, well, Arvidsson is down in 24th. And the only way that Solario or Musselberger can win the championship is if they win. And Arvidsson, Katil, and Montcalm fail to score. And right now, neither of them are even close to getting a race win. And Montcalm is on the back of Caleb Howell for 6th, and this could have big championship implications. But watch out for Matthew Sherrill. He's proven he's got a bit of drive in him throughout the season. He's on the back of them. And here comes Montcalm for the move to the inside. Side by side with Caleb Powell. Can he get 6th place here for Pierre Montcalm, the Frenchman? Out to secure the title, but now Scherer sticks from up the inside. They all back up, and Montcalm swoops round the outside on Powell and moves up to 6th. And that could be a crucial overtake in the context of everything. Further down the order, Musselberger, to be fair, is trying to work his way up the order, but he needs to do a miracle. There is Staubhaus, and then behind him is Joe Mandello, and Coutinho is stuck in that train. And then Arvidsson is back all the way down here. Arvidsson is 27th. Arvidsson's likely out of the title fight. Oh, Solario gets on the grass there, trying to catch Alex Rodriguez for 3rd. Solario needs to get the race win, and he'd have to hope Montcalm drops out at the top 10, which as it stands he's not doing. He is currently running in the top 6. So, we will see. 13:10 to go. Not to jinx it, but we've only had one driver in the pit so far. Solario sends one to the inside of Rodriguez. Now we're going to get side by side. Rodriguez got better drive off the corner. Solario's going to keep it up the inside, though. Racing now up the hill at Watkins Glen, but Rodriguez has got the place, and now he's onto the back of Alessio Magliaro. Still fairly new to the championship, but he is under pressure from Rodriguez and Solario. And this is the fight for P2 with 12:42 to go. Meanwhile, Gomaiwas has pulled out a 1.4 second lead. As here comes Rodriguez up the inside on Magliaro. Can he get the place? No, Magliaro's brave on the outside. And now Solario spots an opportunity to try and get past Rodriguez. But that door's been closed off. And now he's got to worry about Watson sticking it up the inside. Watson lost the rear end though. And so Solario will stay P4. Montcalm stays 6th. In amongst this chaos is Sebastian Musselberger, who's running in P12. Oh, and he clipped the back of Adio. And he was then going to try and launch him on the outside, but Staubhaus lost out to Adio, so George Adio on course for his first point of the season. And now, in the crucial championship fight, Montcalm is onto the back of Watson, and this is the fight for P5. Coutinho has made progress, but only up to 14th. They need to outscore Montcalm to win this race, and it is not happening. And Montcalm is up in 6th, and he is having a flawless drive to this point. Still just under 12 minutes to go, though. And who knows what's going to happen. Oh, that was Lemons getting a bit shaky on the rear end. So that got very interesting for a second. And that's a slow run off the corner from Musselberger, and he now drops down to 13th. But meanwhile, Montcalm has dragged himself into the fight for 3rd here, in this little train developing, with Rodriguez still holding off Solario, and then Watson, and then Montcalm. So can Solario get past Rodriguez? Remember, Solario needs to win the race to win the championship, and hope that everyone ahead of him in the championship, which is offensive Coutinho and Montcalm, fails to score. And I get the feeling Solario will go for the move here. He'll go to the inside of Rodriguez. They're going to go side by side. Rodriguez gets brave on the outside, and it is easier to defend there. But Solario will come back, but Watson is now onto the back of Solario, who, remember, started as a 2nd. He had no real excuses for being unable to win. They race towards the final sector, and currently Felix Gomaiwas will win the race to be his first podium of the season and easily his best result of the season. But Montcalm is just backed off on them in 6th. I think he realises 6th is high enough for him right now, because Coutinho has dropped back again to 16th. Arvidsson is last of those who haven't pitted, and well, the only other real threat is Solario, who's not winning, and Musselberger, who needs to win the race, and they're currently 12th. So, 10 minutes to go. And things are looking good for Pierre Montcalm, as Solario might come under pressure from Watson here, who's going to go to the inside, and has got a nice run on this thing going into turn 1. Watson to the inside, and he's up to 4th. But then he gets a bad drive off the corner. That's going to bunch Solario up into Montcalm, who's then going to go to the outside. Nearly lost the rear end. And now you can see Solario wants that place back, but Montcalm all the while can just smell an overtake. And here goes Rodriguez. No, Solario, not going to happen. Are any of them going to do anything? Into this corner. There goes Solario up the inside. Montcalm backs out. Solario wasn't really able to do much of it. 9 minutes to go, about halfway through. Solario then goes to the move. That nearly opens up the door for Montcalm, but it didn't quite connect. There. And Montcalm looks to the inside, trying to force his way past Solario. And Pierre Montcalm moves up to 5th place. And every second that passes, he is getting 1 second closer to the title. Now, as it stands, Couture would finish 2nd, I believe. Solario's dropped down to 6th. I think Solario would bag... Hang on, what is the point system? 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8. Yeah, no, Solario would only get 8 points. So, Solario... Yeah, so nothing currently changes with the championship. But, we've only seen 1 pit stop so far, and that is surprisingly low for a WMT race. So, we'll see. Couture is down in 15th, and currently about 4 seconds off the points. And Arvidsson... He needs a miracle. As meanwhile, Rodriguez is catching up to the back of Magliaro for a second. Alex Rodriguez has had a really strong second half of the season. He became a bit of a Nicholas Latifi kind of meme. But he is having a really strong drive. And he might be about to get P2 off of Magliaro here. Up the inside, here comes Alex Rodriguez, who's finished on the podium once this season. To the inside, Magliaro is going to defend that pretty comfortably. Now you can see Solario dropping back, but he's staying ahead of Caleb Powell, but he is behind Elasmi now, so Solario's race has fallen apart. He is probably out of the title fight, unless some kind of miracle happens. Meanwhile, Miroslav Couture trying to get past Paulo dos Santos. This is the fight for 14th, round the outside, and Miroslav Couture is up to 14th, next driver ahead of them. Isabel Levens, 3 seconds up the road. So Couture's got their work on, but you never say never in a title fight. Montcalm, meanwhile, is in a bit of a no man's land situation, but he won't mind that. There's no danger ahead of him and there's no danger behind him. He can just focus on his race and get to the line. Because as it stands, he'll win the championship pretty comfortably. Only down in 6th, then Solario, Powell, and Sheridan Adio, who gets his first points of the year. Musselberger fighting it out with Levens. That'll be good news for Couture, who is behind them. So they're going to slow each other down. They've already built a 7-10 gap onto Santos, so Couture doing that job pretty nicely. But not enough as it stands with Montcalm doing as well as he is. As you can see, Levens and Musselberg are going back at it, but we're going to go to the fight for P2. Here comes Rodriguez again. And again, Magliaro will just boom down the outside and hold that place easily. Watson is running in 4th, and then behind them is Montcalm in 5th. So just wait and see what happens with Montcalm with 6 minutes to go. That was Powell losing the rear enders, I think. Solario got past him, and that's a spinner, and it tells me. And that holds up Adio, who is not going to get his first point of the season now. So what happened? Habib El-Azmi. With Solario behind him. Oh, so El-Azmi just goes off the track. He just locked up. And then hit the wall. And then as he came back on, that's when we saw him spin. And unfortunately, George Adio bumped straight into his flight trajectory. And George Adio, who was on course to get his first point of the season, is now spiraling down the field, and he's clipped Kwang Jong Ho there. And you can see that car going nowhere. That's oh, and then that hits Arvidsson, so Arvidsson are officially out of the title fight. But that is bad news for Adio, who is now driving in 18th, and yeah, he can't catch a break, this poor man. But there we go. Montcalm has actually dropped back into the path of these lot now. So we'll see. Couture is in 12th in all of this. But obviously they need to outscore Montcalm. And here comes Solario. Meanwhile, the fight for 3rd is still going on. Rodriguez, he looks to have it, but again, round the outside, just OP. Solario going for the switcher with Montcalm. They're side by side. They make a bit of contact, and that means Solario has to back out. Look at that, Rodriguez getting P2. As we looked away for a second, he just swoops on the outside of Magliaro. And now here comes Watson. With 4:25 to go, and now it's kicking off. But it kicked off late in Dubai, so we'll see what happens. Powell's now under pressure. If that's a lawyer, drop behind Powell. And then comes Scherer in 8th. Oh, and that's Musselberger off the track, but he has kept it out the wall. Oh, and then he spins and hits Elvis and Phillip, who has lost his front wing, and Musselberger's lost his rear wing. And that's about to turn Musselberger now officially out of the title fight. And then there were probably 2. Couture and Montcalm, because Solario's not winning the race. Let's be fair. And Alvinson, of course, has damage. Elvis and Phillip also has damage, but Couture is now 11th. Only one more incident is needed, and they've got a chance. And look at this for third. Rodriguez dropped behind. We'll have to look what happened there. And now Watson's trying to get past Montcalm. It's actually Montcalm trying to get past Watson, and Montcalm's up to 4th. What happened with Rodriguez? He's had a shocking one there, and that allowed Magliaro to get through. And now he's got a 3-way fight for the podium with Montcalm and Watson. With 3:19 to go, and here goes Watson trying to get past Montcalm. Montcalm shuts that door as he's now going to try and look for the move from Rodriguez for third. He's already won the championship, but here comes Watson. Oh, and they're going 3 wide, right on the inside. Watson, oh, he nearly had 2 in one corner. But Montcalm moves up to third. And what a drive this is to win the title as it stands with by Montcalm, who started this race in 8th, has absolutely carved for the competition. He's now winning in P3, and all he has to do is make it to the line. He's absolutely got this nailed on. Unless there's an incident and some madness happens, Miroslav Couture is not going to win the championship.
Yeah, I'm going to do it in a minute.
Watson's 4th, then comes Rodriguez, who dropped to 5th in that madness. Then Powell, Solario and Scherer, then Stouthausen 11th. Couture is 11th, and just under 2 seconds behind Levens as it stands. But crucially for Montcalm, he got a slightly iffy run out of there, and Watson actually is now back in this fight. Out onto the straight, who got a better run? It is Watson. They have slightly dropped Rodriguez, but Mark Watson's got a nice run on Pierre Montcalm, and he's going to go to the inside into turn 1. Watson up the inside, can he get back P3? No. He'll hold it up the inside, but he won't be close enough going into up the hill. And Montcalm has defended P3. The question is, can he do it for the rest of the race? 1:45 to go. Will there be a late twist in the title fight, or is it going to be Montcalm sailing to victory? Watson just behind him. You know he'll fancy one at the inside. Here goes Watson, trying to get past Montcalm. Montcalm, he lost out. Watson takes P3 off Montcalm. And now here comes Rodriguez trying to go around the outside. Just wasn't quite brave enough on the brakes there. Mario and Musselberger all coming into the pits. 1:16 to go. Montcalm drops to 4th, but that's not an issue for him. He'll still take the title as it stands. Pretty easily, actually. Couture needs to get at least 2 places and hope and pray that Montcalm crashes, which as it stands is not going to happen. 1:05 to go. In Season 1 of WMT, and Felix Camares in all this has had an absolutely flawless drive because he's leading this race by 4.5 seconds. Second place is Magliaro, so a good race for the driver who joined the series late. Watson is 3rd, and then Montcalm, and then Rodriguez who's coming onto the back of Montcalm. Has Montcalm blown his wad? We'll wait and see. Couture is still 11th, but onto the back of Ismail Levens, and we've got drama. Powell and Scherer have come together, and all of a sudden there might be light at the end of the tunnel. So what happened with Powell and Stouthhouse? Or Scherer even? So Powell went to the inside on Slayer. They had to back off, and then Scherer just swam into the back of Powell. So those pit stops will push Couture into 9th, although they have lost time to 11th again. But the bad news is Montcalm is still there on 4th, so it goes to the final lap. Because Couture is now 9th, which means if Montcalm ends up in trouble on this final lap, he will lose the title to Couture, because Couture will jump him by 1 point. But Montcalm, as it stands, just has to get to the line and not finish below Couture. Here comes Solario looking for a move from Rodriguez. That was half-hearted at best. I tell you now, Montcalm might have a look at Watson here, but he is to the inside. Montcalm gets shut off by Watson, then tries to stick it back up the inside, but he is slow, and now here comes Rodriguez, and here comes Solario. And Solario's going to go right round the outside of Rodriguez and take P5. That's good news for Montcalm, because it means he's now got just enough of a gap that he can control that. Couture is currently fighting out for 8th with Lemons, but I don't think that'll be enough. As they are coming into the final sector. Only a couple more corners for Pierre Montcalm, and he will be the first ever WMT champion. Final couple of corners. 2 more corners for Montcalm. He slightly loses the rear end there. His fate will remain unknown as we congratulate Felix Gabaiwez on a brilliant drive, and he will win the last race of season 1. Magliaro will end up on the podium, and who had Gabaiwez, Magliaro, and Watson finish on the podium? Montcalm finishes 4th. He will win the championship with Solario in 5th and Rodriguez 6th. Stahlhaus will end up 7th. Lemons held off Couture, who went down to the end, but sadly Montcalm just had a flawless final race of the season to end up 9th. So Couture ends up 2nd even. Dos Santos will complete the points. Jones 11th. Moritz will cross the line in P12. Galeno will end up in 13th. Mufferwitz at 14th. Leschov, Sangun, McShark will be the highest of the pairs, though he came in early. And then there's a fight actually late here for 18th between Schwerer and Helmut Philip. But that's going to go to the Swiss of Mathieu Scherer, so the Austrian. Helmut Philip at 19th. Jean Ho will cross line in 20th. Saffron Jones didn't pit, but they have no front wing. And they're currently running in 21st, make that 22nd now. George Adio, who was in the points, then got caught up in some drama, and unfortunately will go the entire season without scoring a point. Saffron Jones 22nd, Arvidsson 23rd, Mariam will end at 24th with Valadares in 25th, Power on the 26th, and then eventually Alasby and Musselberger will come through and finish 27th, and then Musselberger will come through and finish 28th. We'll see you in Season 2.